Good afternoon, I am Mr. Ish. You're joining me for another good video here. We're talking about combinations. This is just one of the videos that I want to present on combinations. And we know what combination is from our high school classes, especially on statistics and probabilities. You've heard of the word permutations and combinations. Anyhow, combination is an arrangement of items where order does not matter. This is right here the most important part of this definition and what separates this or makes this distinct from permutations. And there's a specific formula you need to know for combinations. It is represented as this subscript n capital C and subscript r. If you are to look at the formula for this, you would have n factorial over r factorial and n minus r factorial. What does this mean? For the total of items you're provided, a combination such that based on the number of items you need or what you're looking for, n being the total or what you're looking for or what you're trying to arrange, is carried out in this formula: n factorial divided by r factorial in parentheses n minus r factorial. What exactly is the factorial? Most of you know it. Any number in terms of a factorial is always equal to that number multiplied by all the numbers sequentially going down towards number 1. You don't include 0 in it because you zero out your entire factorial. But keep in mind, 0 factorial is always equal to 1. So any number such as, let's say, 6 factorial would be the product of all the numbers including that number going all the way down up to 1. We will look at 2 questions with regards to combinations in this video. So our first question here is this: from a group of 12 different prizes, 4 prizes are to be selected and then given out. In how many ways can the 4 prizes be given out? Remember, when order does not matter, you think about combinations. You could have 12 different prizes and you can pick any 4 and there's no order in which you have to select them. Then we're talking about combinations. For the combinations, you know the formula, I've given it to you. It goes with this format over here. You have n factorial or r factorial n minus r factorial. In this instance, n is equal to 12, the total. R is equal to what you're trying to arrange or what you're trying to get is 4, and you have to run it through. You have 12 factorial and here you'll have 4 factorial and then the difference of those two, which is 8 factorial. And you can run this through your calculator or you can do cancellation, but let's run this through and post a good answer. Our answer here will be 495 different ways. So in how many ways can the 4 prizes be given out from a selection of 12? 495 different ways, and that would be your answer. Now the second question of this video is a step above in terms of difficulty than the one prior. In how many ways can 10 different books be divided into groups of 2, 3, and 4? So you have 10 different books and you want to divide them into these type of groups. In one group you'll have 2, in another group you'll have 3, and in the last group you'll have 4. A very important keyword here is and. How will you go about doing this question? You know the order doesn't matter because it's not talking about anything in terms of a specific order for grouping. So you think about combinations. You have to determine the combination with regards to the 2, a group of 2, a combination with regards to a group of 3, and a combination with regards to a group of 4, and you'll run this through. This right here, with regards to this NCR here, would be 10C2 because we're talking about 10 and from which you're doing 2. And then here you'll have 10C3, here you'll have 10C4. How will you go about actually solving this? You have to look at this word and. When you have questions like these, counting or probability, you see the word and, it normally means multiply. So you're going to do 10C2 times 10C3 times 10C4, and you'll have a good interesting number over here. You know you're going to put each of these in a formula. Let's write it out. 10 factorial over 2 factorial, 8 factorial. This right here is my n minus r factorial times 10 factorial over 3 factorial and 7 factorial. 10 minus 3 is a 7. And lastly, you'll have 10 factorial over 4 factorial and 6 factorial, which is my n minus r, 10 minus 4, which is 6. So you'll have a value here, you'll have a value here, and here, and you multiply them all, and we'll get a good answer, and we'll put it out for you. Here I get a 45, here I get a 120, and here I get 210. So we multiply all of these 3 numbers, and our answer will be 1,134,000, and that should be a good answer. If, however, this question had the word here or, in that instance, you'd be adding all of these. When you see the word and in probability and counting, you think about multiplying. When you see the word or, you think about adding. But this answer should be good. And that's it for this video on combinations 1. We'll be looking at another video shortly, and that'll have some more questions. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Have a nice day.